All right, well, my phone's saying accessory not supported. I don't know, I have like 3 pairs of earbuds, or are these Apple iPhone buds or earphones from Apple. I don't know, I picked up an extra pair somewhere. I don't know how I got them, but then I just plugged both of them in. They're both not supporting the headphones. My phone isn't. What's going on in the news? Let's cover the news. Kanye West is in the news. So I guess first he wore a t-shirt that said it's okay to be white. Him and Candace Owens, they're both black. Black and white, they're both skin colors. Jewish people, for the most part, I'd say their skin color is white. So white is a skin color, black is a skin color. There's different types of whites, races, and also of the darker complexions, right? So I'm hearing he got debanked, deplatformed for talking bad about Jewish people, which is a race or a religion or both. And that'll never happen if you talk bad about white people. You know, you can. So obviously Jewish people don't consider themselves white. They consider themselves something different than white. Because if Jewish people consider themselves white, then by talking about white people bad and slandering white people, you'd also be doing it to Jewish people. But since if you do it specifically to Jewish people, I mean, you could probably slander Christians too, and nobody will care. So you can slander white people, spread hate. You can spread hate against Christianity or Christians, but you can't do it to Jewish people, which are white, and it's both a race and a religion, right? Okay. Now it's all ironed out and straightened out. It's not okay to do that to Jewish people or the Jewish faith or the Jewish race, because you get punished if you do. That's how you can tell. I mean, it's not okay by the media, right? By the media or the powers that be to do that. But it is popular to kind of talk shit on America, talk shit on whites, whatever that means, because I said Jewish people are white. I mean, if you see a white person, you wouldn't know if they're Jewish or not, right? Ethnically, they could be, you know, like in Hollywood, you have a lot of non-religious, so to speak, non-religious Jews, you know. So, what was I saying? I don't know, I forgot. Oh yeah, what's going on in the news? So, that's going on. It's current events. I guess we all heard about PayPal trying to steal money from your actual bank account, not their bank account. And the ADL, which is a Jewish hate group, the ADL was founded. There's a really good link for the ADL. It says how they were founded by to protect, in part, to protect a guy named Leo Frank who raped this teenage girl, then strangled her at his factory worker. So he had a girl working at his factory who he raped, then killed, then tried to blame a black guy. But the charges didn't stick, and eventually he was found out, but he escaped the death penalty because he had a lot of money and good lawyers. But a gang of guys called the Knights of Mary Fagin, they said, no, that's not going to work. The money is... So they hung him. They got him and they hung him, strung him up. Or they killed him somehow. I think they hung him. Not sure how. But, so this is part of the foundations of the ADL, who is partnered with PayPal. So ADL, Jewish Hate Group, is partnered with PayPal, a bank, online banking thing that to rob people of money. First, there was just deplatforming people, like you can't use our services because you voted for Trump or for whatever reason they choose, right? Now they just want to. Then they decided they want to steal from your bank, from your regular bank, because it's linked to your PayPal, if you say things they don't agree with. Now, this is the ADL behind the scenes. The ADL is behind the scenes policing YouTube. So they're policing YouTube. They're trying to delete your banks, and this is all a rich Jewish hate group. This is America today. These are some of the current events, just opening up with what everybody else is talking about, so I'm just weighing in. You're not hearing it from me first, but this is my 2 cents, I guess, or just brushing over that, because maybe that's like a undercurrent of whatever else is going on in my life. That's some of the public news, like it's kind of like, you know, out there, right? Then you got the war, the quote-unquote war with Russia, Putin. I think everybody's covering that too. That's every day. And that goes back to 2014 to McCain, McCain and Lindsey Graham, the homosexual. I guess I hear Lindsey Graham is a homosexual, and they say his name is a clue, Lindsey. But to them two guys, you know, telling these neo-Nazis, new Nazis, not actual Nazis, but neo-Nazis, wannabe Nazis, they're to, hey, go fight, you know. So they got these neo-Nazis. They got a Jewish actor named Zelensky, the puppet, installed puppet, like Biden is a puppet. But hey, we got Biden, we got the military doing what they want, and Biden doing what he wants, and we just got a big soup, right? That's a bowl of soup right there. All the candidates wanted war. Republican, Democrat, they all wanted to push the Russia narrative. Russia, 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 Russia. It was about Russia. Then, hey, what about Hunter Biden's laptop? Well, that's Russia disinformation. That's what the FBI came out and said. Oh, God. So the Russia thing has been on the back burner for a while. And Trump was probably in the way of whatever, globalist, New World Order, whatever. So they got him out of the way, and he went along with all the C-19 stuff, as did Putin and Russia. So in that sense, everybody is on the same team, a BS team of injections. So there's some things that Russia and America can agree on, and that's injecting. I don't know if it's liability free in Russia, but it's liability free in America. You can't go after the manufacturers. You can't go after the people who administer it. You can't go after anybody. Everybody has immunity, except you. But you know, you might get all kinds of sick, and well, too bad, you're fucked. You know, everybody else covered their ass, and here you are. You know, you're the odd man out. Why don't you cover your ass like they did with the PrEP Act? You know, with the 1986 VAERS Act, VAERS Act. Don't you know about, you know, cover, you know? You know. Yeah, it's annoying to hear people talk anyways like that. So yeah, that's going on. Russia military, they're getting injected. They're quitting and getting injected. So some quit because they don't want to get injected. Some get injected, get damaged. But then again, hey, we got to stand with our military who wants war with Russia. And well, it's going to benefit, well, somebody. No, you know, the military itself is at odds with each other. They're having their own little internal, I'd say, conflict. Then we have the external conflict with Russia, with, you know, arming Ukraine, proxy wars, kind of like we had in Syria, but a little bit different. You know, in Syria we were arming ISIS to destroy Syria, and now we're arming Ukraine to try to kind of stoke the embers of fire war in Russia, right? I guess. I mean, whose plan is that? I don't know, let's read what's the plan. But yeah, that's been kind of planned for a while now. So yeah, all that's going on. That's not what I want to talk about, but I'm just trying to get that out of the way because that's kind of, you know, that's news. That's real news. It's not fake news. You know, it is real news. Fake news would be, you know, Trump had a golden shower in Russia. Fake news would be like, Hunter Biden's laptop is Russian disinformation. That's what the FBI comes out on national TV and says. They have the guts and the cojones and the balls to tell those barefaced lies. And they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Because Americans, you're too stupid and gullible. You'll believe anything, right? You'll believe anything. Anyways, yeah, I'm not really coming on here to talk about that. I want to talk about more personal issues and personal stuff. Some of it has to do with work, you know, some of it has to do with relationships or lack thereof. I mean, everything in life is about relationship, right? It's strength, you know? When you have strong relationships, it can be strength. When you have weak relationships, it can be weakness, you know? Like if you're a married man and your wife's seeing another guy, she's cheating on you, that can be weakness to you as a man without you even knowing it, right? You might feel it. I remember a coworker I had, he split up with his lady, but she was cheating on him. And I could, you know, I kind of, as I look back, you know, we find that, or he found that out, and then we all found it out, kind of, you know, there's people maybe close to him or whatever, but yeah, and eventually everybody finds it out, kind of, right? So, but I could see that as him as a man, he was a good guy. He was strong in all aspects, you know, work and family life, holding down the fort, and you know, he was doing good for himself. But in the background there, in the foreground, she was doing that, and I could kind of sense that, you know, it was bad for him as a man, you know. because she was doing that, even though he didn't know, but that probably hurt him, you know. So as you know, and you know, if you're a lady too and your guy, same thing, you know, you guys not interested, or he's seeing somebody else, that could kind of make the lady, the female, hurt too. It's not just about men or women, it's just in general, you know. I'm talking about relationships, right? So yeah, everything is about relationship. You know, your work is about relationship more than anything else, I feel. You know, when I looked in my past, I mean, well, the past few jobs I've had, I mean, I don't think me and my son are neck and neck, who's had more, you know. But I don't know if I got him beat by now, just kind of turning over, getting different ones, or what, or just not having a right fit. And it's okay, like if you're miserable, you know, if it's a wrong fit, it's good that it ends, right? If you're in a wrong marriage, you want it, or a wrong relationship, you want it to end sooner than later. You don't want to try to drudge it out, say, hey, look how strong I am, look, I can do it, look, I'm accepted, and I'm winning in this relationship, I have somebody. Well, no, if it's not a good fit, if you're not happy, and I'm not talking, you know, divorce and be selfish and, you know, and Atlas Shrugged or whatever. Or, I'm not talking like that, but I'm saying, if you know, you don't just tough it out because you want to. Now, certain things in life can, you know, like work, like money. If you lose that, that can really you got to have it. That's something you kind of got to have, right? You got to have income. You got to have it. Like it's not a maybe. It's now, you can be single, and as long as you have money and an income or whatever, roof over your head. You don't even have to have your own money, as long as you're whatever living with somebody. It doesn't matter. But certain things that you have to have. You don't have to have a relationship necessarily. I mean, many people don't. People just, you know, sometimes people just get cats, get dogs. But normally, yeah, you will find, or they will find, somebody to kind of give that extra affection or attention or love to, you know. Maybe it's a goldfish at home, a pet, you know. So just because you don't have relationship doesn't mean you're not kind of making up for that in other ways, you know. Whether you have a relationship with pigeons, right? Like here Nikola Tesla did, but I don't really know much about that. But yeah, you're probably going to give your passion, your attention, love to something that's, you know, that has a heartbeat, maybe, right? Even if it's a pet, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be human, you know? I mean, I'm not saying even if it's a pet, pets are cool, but I mean something that's not work, or that's not, you know. So how do I get here? Oh yeah, what I really want to talk about. Yeah, I didn't want to, I mean, that, so what I really want to talk about, yeah, relationships, work, and having the right fit, getting things right, you know, getting things right. It's okay to get things wrong, or it's okay to go on, you know, first dates. You know, that's kind of what a first date is for, to see if you're going to be a good fit. Or if you're you know, applying for a job, that's what the interview is for, right? They're saying, well, are you going to be a good fit for the company? Do we want you? Do you want this job? Here's what the job is. Here's what we expect from you, and here's what you should expect from us, or whatever. So that's usually a deal being made, not like marriage, not like girlfriend and boyfriend, but it's a deal that you're gonna go and do that for somebody every day, pretty much 5 days a week, if not 6. Most of your life, if we're talking about jobs and actual 9-to-5 stuff, that's your life, right? That's your relationship with the people there, with whoever, whether it's you're doing something down here at the bottom or closer to the top. That's what you're getting into, right? So yeah, that's kind of what the interview is for. Normally it's you're applying for the position and they're saying if the door is going to be open or closed, right? So normally, and relationships work a little bit different. They're both kind of mutual. Neither one has the door open or closed. They're just like maybe, you know. What? Well, yeah, I'm comparing jobs to relationships. And I'm saying even with the job, the relationships are a big part of the job, you know, with your relationship with the people. Or it could be your relationship with your duties, you know, or what you're expected to do or asked to do. How do you feel about that, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, relationships. Yeah, like I was talking about earlier, so the girl's cheating on the guy, you know, and it's weakness in him, you know. It actually makes him weaker, you know. Or maybe it doesn't make him weaker, but I could sense it, I think. I could sense something's going on in his life, in his head, maybe. So it's not good to do that to people, you know. But there's all kinds of screwy things going on in relationships. You know, people get scammed all the time. I remember my buddy was talking about a guy who's married. You know, he's married, but he got scammed by this, not me, but he was talking about this guy got scammed by, but she was like I don't know, Nigerian, or it was an actual female, but so yeah, he's cheating on his wife, kind of, with the girl who's scamming him. So there's kind of lies going on all the way around, and the guy that's probably getting screwed the most is the person getting screwed the most probably is the guy. Second, it's the wife of the guy, right? But he thinks he's deceiving his wife by cheating, but actually he's getting screwed by the other person, right? So he's not screwing anybody. He's getting screwed, and by doing that, he's actually screwing over his wife, and you know. So the person, yeah, getting screwed most is his wife, and then after that, I mean, is him, then after that his wife, because he's making those decisions, right? So so yeah, there's all kinds of funny stuff that goes on, screwy funny stuff. So, but hey, that's life, you know. People want things that they might otherwise, the door might be closed, so maybe they tell a little white lie, tell maybe a little few white lies, you know, keep the ball rolling. You know, I think, what was it, Manly P. Hall? He's a really good speaker. I've listened to a few of his talks. He talks about lying too. He does talk about deception, lying. Says it's not good. Says not to do it, you know. I know the Bible says that, but here's another guy, you know, who's saying that. You always get found out. Doesn't end well. So we got to try to be truthful and to thine own self be true, right? That's not often used recently. I haven't heard it used recently. I've heard other stuff, but I haven't heard that one. To thine own self be true. Yeah. It sounds better than saying, hey, just be true, man. Be real. Be true to yourself. No, to thine own self be true. That's worded very nicely, huh? Got to get back to that proper English, poetry, beauty. Beauty matters. Case for beauty. I think there's a documentary done about that, about, you know, making a case, an argument for beauty, you know. Because that does matter, you know. Art matters, poetry, aesthetics. Otherwise, you just have a dull, you could have a dull, lifeless existence that's kind of not only void of beauty, but you know, of love, passion, you know, just void of actual, you know, the thing that makes life good, right? Less, not dreary. But anyways, so yeah, I'm talking about relationships. Try not to screw yourself, you know. Not only to be true to yourself, but try not to you know, yeah, just be true to yourself. Suppose I could talk about cars. Maybe I'll do that later. See an old Land Rover I used to have, white, in front of me. I had a black one. Yeah, cars have their own personality and kind of characteristics. I should do a car talk. Anyways, so that's my advice on relationships. Well, I don't know. You know, you can live a lie, you know, but eventually that kind of, it starts consuming you. It starts, you know, hey, I'm just putting on a mask right now. This isn't really me. I'm just, you know, I'm just playing a game with myself. It's not the real me. Well, so are you talking about what, 13 years? You're just playing a game and putting on a mask? And no, the real you is somewhere else. It's actually, the real me is well, it's over there, just, yeah, right over there. Yeah, I'm just playing a game here. This isn't really me. I'm just fooling around, you know. I'm just messing around, just killing some time, you know, till my ship comes in. Got to pass the time somehow. No, but yeah, we make decisions, you know. I guess every decision you make is important, right? I mean, long as you can kind of get out of it, right? You can make a decision and then you get out of it, right? It's at will. At will employment, at will relationships. You know, sometimes you might have to pay a little child support or alimony, depending. But it's at will, right? It's like You know, I might read the book on Fuck Yourself. It's by the Scottish guy. I might read that. I mean, I have it downloaded. Well, it's on YouTube. It's narrated by I don't know if it's narrated by the author. I think it is. He's Scottish. It's got a Scottish accent. I might read that book. Just to kind of, I don't want to read. I could read Atlas Shrugged, I guess. It's got a lot of strong opinions. I could pick that up. But I don't think I need. Do I need to know more information? Do I need to read a self-help book, really? Well, maybe not really, but maybe to reinforce something you already know, but you just need somebody else to say it, right? You know it, but when somebody else kind of says it and verifies it, confirms it, right? Then, okay, yeah, you're right. Then you could say, hey, you know what? I knew this, but this person's saying it too. So yeah, this kind of gives me some clarity, clarifies it, what I already knew. Yeah.